Well, hello everybody and welcome back to John's Workshop, and this is Workshop Blether number 20. So in this Blether it's going to be quite a short one. We're just going to quickly run through a few things. So I've been a little bit absent from YouTube, we'll go through a bit of that. We've got some comments to address from my last video that I put up. We are going to do a quick spin round in terms of projects that are going to be upcoming over the next few weeks and months. And also we've got a sticker to do that's long overdue calling out. So in terms of the absenteeism, so firstly, Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you had a good Christmas. I know it's a bit late now, but this is the first video I've done since then, and over the Christmas period I decided this year to do different to the last 3 years, and I've not fought and battled to get in here and make videos and put them up. I've had a proper break, and both from filming, from editing, from answering comments, the whole thing, just dropped it all for a few weeks. So but don't worry, we'll be back into normal service quite shortly, so that explains some of that absence. In terms of addressing comments, the last video I put up was quite a controversial one around filing, so I had lots of comments around this dragging a file, which is what I titled the video. That wasn't the key thing of the video. I said several times in the video the more important thing is being able to see what's happening under the file. That's why I wanted to make that video, to try and point that out, but obviously I knew it was going to be contentious, and it was, and it raised a bit of debate. So I had quite a few comments about die filers. They obviously run backwards. In my video I never said that a file won't cut backwards. It will, to a degree, and a hacksaw will cut backwards even though it's not designed to do so. So tools will cut on the backstroke, and on a die filer that will happen. The difference with a die filer is, and this was the key point of my video, that you can see everything that's going on because you're working on a horizontal plane. The file's moving up and down. You can see your lines, you can see what's happening where the file's actually cutting and what you're doing. So it's a slightly different scenario, and as I said, the main point was around the trying to talk about, by just moving a file forwards you can see what's happening underneath it. And if this is making no sense, go back and watch my last video and hopefully it will. So I just wanted to address that here because I had about 20 comments saying that. It's far easier for me to post a bit of a response in a video than answer 20 people with the same comment. So I will be catching up on comments at some point. So that was that one. Moving on to what's coming up in the workshop. So I have a few projects on the go. We're probably just going to I'll move the camera in a minute and show you the surface grinder. I want to be making a guard for the end of the surface grinder, so we'll move over to that. But as well as that, I've got a block that I want to make for the surface grinder, like a tooling block with tapped holes in it, and making sure it's really square on all faces for clamping work up to. So at the moment I've been using 1, 2, 3 blocks. I want to create a bit of a tooling block that I can use both on the surface grinder and also on the milling machine should I need to. So that will be an upcoming video, and more importantly, there's a massive video coming up, which, well, massive, I mean the amount of work from my end is massive. So I've got a big project coming up. I'm not going to spill the beans just yet. That is currently on the design board, if you want to call it that. So research and design going on at the moment around that project. Very exciting project for me. It's out of my comfort zone. It's going to be something that I'm going to really enjoy doing. It's going to test my machines to their limit and capacity, some of them. It's going to test my abilities massively. As I said, it's out of my comfort zone. It's going to be a mixture of regular machining, a mixture of electronics and other things as well. So there's a whole load of stuff thrown in, and my regular viewers will know that I haven't got the first clue about electronics, so that's going to be interesting and exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So that's going to be upcoming in the next few weeks. As I said, I'm still designing. I need to order materials, I need to complete the design, and then we can start the manufacture. So look out for that one coming up. That is going to be an interesting one. So I'm going to move the camera now to the surface grinder and show you what's happening with that in terms of the guarding and then we'll do a quick, if there's anything else noteworthy in the workshop, we'll go and look at that, and that will be the end of this Blether video. I really just wanted to update my regular viewers and let you know that I've not disappeared off the face of the earth. Okay, so we're looking at the surface grinder here. So my wheel spins counterclockwise, so all of the dross and muck is going to come this way, and at the end of this table there is nothing, and I want to build a guard, a wraparound guard that goes round the three sides and stands up with a lip on the front, so that hopefully all of the dust, or a lot of the dust that's not taken care of by the extraction unit, that escapes the extraction unit, will stop in this end of the surface grinder and not find its way all over my bandsaw and my shelving racks and other things that I've got this side of the surface grinder. Also, I want to start using coolant on the surface grinder to a degree, and not full flood coolant, because obviously there's no way of encapsulating that without doing massive modifications to this table. So probably mist coolant is what I'm thinking, and again that's going to just make a right mess at the moment, because it's going to fire off from the wheel all over everything else that's in the workshop. So I want something to try and contain some of that muck. I could just do this simply by tarpaulin sheet or something, that would work, but I want something a little bit more permanent that's going to look like it was designed to fit onto the surface grinder. So I'm going to be making this out of sheet metal, again out of my comfort zone. I've not done really any sheet metal work, and I don't really have any tooling in the shop to do sheet metal work, so that's going to be interesting. I've got some 1mm thick mild steel, that's what we're going to use, so there's going to be some bending, some welding, and then fixing on, and I need to find the right places to drill into the casting here so that we can attach that without weakening the casting in any way. You'll see we've got the dovetail slot in here, so I need to be a bit careful about where we're mounting it, but I've had a good look at it and I think there's more than enough metal to screw into if I'm careful at the right places. So that's going to be a project upcoming, and we'll paint it the same dark blue. I think I've got some of this smooth white blue left. It's not an exact match for the rest of the machine, but close enough. So that's going to be one that's upcoming in the next few weeks. So while we're talking surface grinder, I've got this bit of flame burnt stock. It's already got some holes tapped in it. M10 probably, looking at those, M8, M10, something like that. I've not checked them yet, but it's just about the right size for a tooling block that I want to create. So what we're going to do is it's not square at the minute, so we're going to square all of this up, probably in the shaper, and then we'll move over to the mill. We're going to pop some more threaded holes in. We'll probably either keep the same size as what's already in, or I'll pick the right size to suit the clamping sets that I've got. So we're going to pop holes in the faces all around the block, obviously missing the holes that I've already put into the block. We can utilise those as they are, and then we'll get it over to the surface grinder, and this will be done once I've got my guard fixed, because this is going to be some big faces, and this is where I struggle on this surface grinder at the minute with heat build up without having any coolant. So I need to do things in the right order. We get the guard made first, we then sort a coolant system out, and we then can grind large faces on big blocks, and also create myself a nice tooling block for the surface grinder while we're doing it. So that's going to be another project that's following on pretty quickly after we've done the guard for the end of the surface grinder. Okay, so we now come to sticker. So I've got a very long overdue sticker for Craig's workshop. Sorry Craig, it's taken so long to get round to this, but as I said, this is the first Blether video I've done for 4 months, so this has been sat in here for a while now. So if you're not already subscribed to Craig or watch him, go and check his channel out. I might get this wrong, but I'm pretty sure from memory it's Tasmania where you are, Craig. But Craig's got a couple of channels. He's got his main channel, which is his project channel, which is this one, and you'll see links from that to his other channel, which is more of a, like this video, more of a kind of update type channel of what's going on in his workshop and things like that. So both good channels. Craig's project channel puts my videos to shame. Very, very well produced videos and some interesting projects that he's done. So similar size workshop to me, well no, bigger workshop, but similar size machines, similar size projects, so turning, milling, that kind of thing, and a lot of electronic stuff as well that Craig's done. So interesting channel, go and check him out. So we'll get that up on the door. I've never shown this process before, so I thought we'd do that, so at least you've seen me do something in this video. So we've got some denatured alcohol or methylated spirits. We'll just give the door a wipe. I have to do this because it's plastic and the stickers don't adhere very well, so just making sure that everything's clean and there's no grease helps. And Craig's stickers are posh. They've got they're not the child-proof ones that normally bamboozle me, so that's come off quite easily. So we'll stick you up here, Craig. You're in good company underneath Everett and Randy Richard. So there we go, that's Craig's workshop. Go and check him out. Okay, that gets us to the end of workshop Blether number 20. It was just a really quick one, just to come and explain why I've not been around too much, and obviously there's been new subscribers that have come along to the channel, so thank you to those that have come along. And as I said, we're going to get back into a sort of normal drumbeat, hopefully, of videos and projects and things like that. So showing you a few, there are a few more in the pipeline as well. I've got some other stuff in the workshop already for projects for later on this year, again all slightly different, and I'm trying to make sure that my content is as varied as possible, trying to cover some ground. But obviously I'm doing what I enjoy doing, I'm doing what I want to do, what I'm going to find interesting to do, and just trying to mix things up a little bit, and try and keep it as interesting and fresh as possible. So that's the idea of this channel, and to pass on as much of my knowledge as I can to help other people out wherever possible. So hope you've all enjoyed this quick blether and quick catch up, and as I said, we'll see you all in the next few weeks as we get stuck into some of those projects that we've just been discussing. So thank you all very much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and again to the new subscribers, and we'll catch you all very soon on another video when we'll be making something else.